The Academy Awards is almost here, and that means if you're a star, a little pampering is required. I'm standing on the grounds of the SOHO House in Laurel Canyon. The ultra-exclusive club from London and New York sets up shop in LA every year at Oscar time, and if you're on the A-list, that means you get the royal treatment. Well, so what brought you out here today? Tell me.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, free stuff is always the best part of the Oscar season, so.
Oh, a little bit of mystique and indulgence and pampering. It's nice to take time out of your busy schedule just to have someone take care of you.
Drinking in the afternoon, it's so Hemingway.
Former Winnipegger and actress Vardelos is here, and I figured since she was nominated for Best Screenplay for My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and she's been to the Oscars, that she can give me a few tips. Follow me. So getting ready for Oscar night,
Yes.
What does that entail?
It kind of, I think you have choices. I think you can be an obsessive person and do everything from a lemon cleanse a week before and, you know, get everything plucked from your eyebrows down to your toes, if you have hairy toes. But I'm not really like that because I'm writing right now, so I'm kind of in two modes. Like when I'm a writer, I barely take a shower and brush my teeth. I just get up, I go right to my computer and I write. Look at my nails, I'm a mess.
And what are you going to get done here?
Oh, this is a manicure and pedicure with the Diamond Aquifer Spa, which is an amazing thing that happens that you just get offered things. It's crazy, You know, like I'm such a Winnipegger, and when they go, oh, come to our beautiful spa and we'll give you this. Why? Why do I get to keep this? I don't know, but I love it. I love the swag.
What about what you're going to wear? Because it's always such a big deal.
I go for comfort. I sometimes will wear something tight, sometimes something loose, but I don't diet before. I don't do all that crazy stuff. I don't think it's healthy.
How hard is it to get into the Oscars?
What I learned is you don't really go to the Oscars unless you've been nominated or you're in a nominated film or you're affiliated in some way. You go to the parties, which are super fun. I've been to the Elton John viewing party. There's also the Morton's viewing party, where you get invited to sit and have dinner, and they play it on giant screens, and you watch the Oscars. You know, and Elton John comes by and says hi, and you're like, "What's up, buddy?" It's weird. It's totally weird and fun.
You see the gala on TV, you see the glitz and glamour, but if you're there, like you were when you were nominated, what is it really like?
There's a feeling. It's a hush. It's an excitement.
I was going to ask you, what do you like about going to the Oscars?
I think I like the fashion the least and the feeling of accomplishment the most.
What can you tell me about Big Fat Greek Wedding 2? Because we hear it's in the works.
Well, you know, apparently I've been reading that that we're doing a sequel, and there is just no firm, definite plan not to do and to do one. There really isn't. I'm just open to it because I'm very flattered by everybody that, you know, bags my groceries to washes my car, telling me you should do a sequel, and it's really nice. It's very nice, and I just have to wait till it's in my heart, and then when I know when the time is right, I'm gonna go and write it.
Have you put pen to paper at all?
Not on that. No, I'm so busy. I'm so busy.
Well, tell me what you're up to, because you're saying you need this because you're writing so much.
I'm writing so much. I'm writing 2 movies right now. I'm about to name drop. Please, name drop alert. I'm writing a movie for Tom Hanks. I'm also writing a movie for myself. I have a deal with Revolution called I Hate Valentine's Day.
Is there more on the horizon that you're working on?
Yeah, nothing that can be announced yet because it's still, I did some writing last year because what I did is I waited, I read every single script that came my way. I was offered movies that were so dirty, I just couldn't believe it. I didn't want to embarrass my family or my career in any way, so I just said no to everything. And I finally thought, if I want to make a nice movie, I got to write it. So I sat down and I opened up my final draft again and I went, fade in. This sometimes pretty Greek girl, depending on her weight gain that day, walks down the street. Then if I want to play these parts, I gotta write them.
Thank you so much for letting me join you here today and sit in on your pampering session.
Okay, but I want to say one thing. CBC, next time we have to get Barbara a manicure and a pedicure too. Look, she's a hardworking girl. She deserves it.
I like you. I'm staying here with Mia.
Seriously, put this in your
We'll
purse.
see you next at the Oscars.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, quick.
Yeah, seriously. No one's around.
Hand it over.
And the Oscar goes to Crash.
No one was more surprised than Canadian producer, writer, director Paul Haggis. This was truly a Hollywood moment. Only in the movies could a screenwriter who grew up in London, Ontario, topple the favorite.
None of us expected this. I mean, you hope, but no, we had a tiny picture.
Man, don't walk up on me!
Crash, a small indie film, explores the issue of race relations in America. It was one of several Best Picture nominees that tackled a controversial subject. Haggis says growing up in Canada helps him see things differently.
You know, I've said this before, but you just, I'd notice things just on the studio a lot. Things people would take for granted, and I'd go, hold on, what just happened here? And they go, and that was nothing. That was nothing. I go, no, something just happened. I'm pretty sure something happened. They go, and so when they tell me I was crazy, I'd go write it down.
Bobby Moresco and Paul Haggis for Crash.
Haggis and co-writer Bobby Moresco won the Best Original Screenplay Award. This is the second year in a row now that Haggis has written the Best Picture. He also wrote Clint Eastwood's $1 Million Baby.
I would really recommend it as a career move. You know, anybody who's thinking about, going out and write the next 2 Best Pictures, I think, and I think it's a good. I think it's a good thing. That's good advice, I think.
3 is better.
3 is better. It's a pretty amazing 13 months, I tell you that.
Paul Haggis could be here again next year and make it 3. He's just written another film for Clint Eastwood, produced by Steven Spielberg, called Flags of Our Fathers, which just finished shooting.
First of all,
Crash also took home an Oscar for Best Achievement in Editing. And though the night belonged to Paul Haggis, Ang Lee didn't go home empty-handed. He won Best Director for Brokeback Mountain. Other Oscar highlights include George Clooney's Best Supporting Actor win for Syriana. Reese Witherspoon took home the Best Actress statue for her performance in Walk the Line, and Philip Seymour Hoffman won for Capote. Barbara Brunzell, CBC News, Los Angeles.